Number 12, do not approach me in the bathroom with a bad beat story. And actually, number 13, on second thought, do not approach me in the bathroom, period. Norman Chad. Norman Chad. Welcome to Gambling Mad with Norman Chad. I am Norman Chad. Coming up today on the program, a guide to the richest people in the world, a guide to the World Series of Poker, and a guide for illegal aliens arriving into America. Bienvenidos. Gambling Mad, as always, brought to you by Fritos, picked fresh off of Central California trees each morning and delivered directly to your local retailer each afternoon. And by the refreshing taste of Fresca. Fritos and Fresca. It's a meal. For the 65th consecutive year, I failed to make the Forbes list of the world's 100 richest people. Among the world's 25 richest, 18 live in the United States, and of those 18, at least one owns a Tesla. The world's 25 richest range in age from 40 to 94. This means if you are a 20-something or 30-something, you can set a goal of making that top 25 by the time you turn 40. On the other end of the life cycle, if you are, say, even 80 years old, there's still hope. Okay, let's run down the top five. Actually, before we run down the top five, first, I want to acknowledge the man finishing just outside of the top five. At number 6, the likable, McMuffin-eating Warren Buffett. Net worth $154 billion. Oldest man on the list at 94 years of age, give or take a transaction or two. And he just announced he will be retiring at the end of this year. He probably will get bored in retirement and either open a lemonade stand or start a podcast. All right. Let's do our top five. At number 5, Bernard Arnault, the only non-American in the top 5, net worth $178 billion. The French-born Arnault is founder and CEO of LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods company. Items like Louis Vuitton handbags, Moet champagne, Tiffany rings, Sephora beauty items. I personally have never bought an LVMH product. I haven't ever even spoken to anyone who has purchased an LVMH product. If you think I'm kidding, come with me to the racetrack and look at the people surrounding me in the grandstand. At number 4, Larry Ellison, net worth $192 billion. Co-founded the software company Oracle and owns a Hawaiian island. He owns a Hawaiian island, Lanai. That is a lot of beach real estate. And beach property always increases in value. Smart fella. He is exactly 14 years older than me to the day. And his net worth is exactly 96,000 times more than me to the penny. We do not hang out in the same circles. At number 3, Jeff Bezos, net worth $215 billion. Founder of Amazon and also current owner of the Washington Post. He understands e-commerce. I don't think he understands newspapers. His hobbies include space travel, ocean exploration, dog sledding, and bending his knee to Donald Trump.
Thank you.
At number 2, Mark Zuckerberg, net worth $216 billion. The face of Facebook, the chairman of Meta. Pretty much the most unpopular billionaire and the most unpopular 40-year-old in America. His hobbies include mixed martial arts, playing the guitar, surfing, and bending his knee to Donald Trump.
I love you too.
And finally, really no anticipation here, no mystery about it all. At number 1, my man Elon Musk, net worth $342 billion. $344 billion. He's up to $349 billion today. Stuff just in the couches. He's just finding money everywhere. He remains a clear and present danger. You cannot spell megalomaniac without Elon. See? You can't spell it without Elon, I told you. He actually is in a category all his own. He is an Elonomaniac. His hobbies include space travel, video games, destroying America, becoming the world's most powerful person, and impregnating 50 women in 50 states in 50 years. That's your top 5 world's richest folks. All right, from the world's richest people to the world's oldest person. Ethel Caterham, who lives in a nursing home in southeast England, is approaching her 116th birthday. She loves classical music, and she loves gardening. An overlooked factor in her longevity, in 1933, she married a man named Norman. Major Norman Caterham of the British Army. Like most Normans, he was a good husband. They were married 43 years until his death in 1976. She's now outlived him by 49 years. Here are Ethel's 7 secrets to living a long life. Number 1, never argue with anyone. Shit, I'm in trouble. Okay. Number 2, listen. Number 3, do what you like. Number 4, take everything in stride, highs and lows. Number 5, say yes to every opportunity because you never know where it will lead to. Number 6, have a positive attitude. And number 7, everything in moderation. I am sure Ethel Caterham is right about all of this. And as I look over those 7 secrets to living a long life, it appears obvious to me I should have been dead 40 years ago. By the way, the oldest living person officially ever was Jean-Louis Calment of France, 122 years and 164 days old before her passing in 1997. Shaquille O'Neal is best known these days for his NBA on TNT studio role. He just added a part-time job to that. Sacramento State University. Sacramento State has named Shaq as general manager of its men's basketball program. General manager, a relatively new college position as these Division I schools navigate and deal with athletes who are seeking money for name, image, and likeness. Sacramento State has never made the NCAA tournament. They're hiring a big name here who will only be on campus sparingly. But Shaq is taking this position without pay. He'll be joining his son, senior forward Shaquille O'Neal, who just transferred from Florida A&M. Now, I don't much like Shaq's chances of turning around Sacramento State's hoops program, but I wanted to take a moment to celebrate and marvel at his outsized presence on the American cultural and business landscape. It is rather incredible. Shaquille O'Neal, has appeared in commercials for American Express, Buick, Carnival Cruises, Epson, Frosted Flakes, General Insurance, Gold Bond, Google, Hulu, Icy Hot, JCPenney, Nestle Crunch, Novex Biotech, Papa John's, Pepsi, Reebok, Ring, Tonka, Vitamin Water, and Wynn Sports Betting. Then there's his business empire. His business empire, according to the Los Angeles Times, includes 155 Five Guys restaurants, 40 24-hour fitness gyms, 20 big chicken outlets, 7 Auntie Anne's. Auntie Anne? I've never been to an Auntie Anne. Auntie Anne?
Don't look to us.
They sell pretzels, 17 pretzel stands, and 9 Papa John's pizzerias, plus 150 car washes. Do people still wash their cars? I just get rid of them at the end of the month and get another one. Shaq is also the global spokesperson for Krispy Kreme. Who doesn't like a good Krispy Kreme? At this moment, though, I'd like to make an unpaid endorsement for the Randy's Donuts franchise, Randy's Donuts in Los Angeles. Particularly, I want to recommend the simplest of donuts, the glazed. the glazed arrays. Randy's Glazed Donuts have started romances and ended wars since the 1950s. When I first started buying them about 15 years ago, they were only 65 cents a donut. They are now $2.10 per donut, which, believe it or not, still makes them an incredible bargain in the inflationary donut business. It's just a donut. How do they charge $4 or $5 for that? I don't care what type of stuff they're putting on top of it. Same thing with bagels. It's a bagel. It's got a hole in it. You save money on the flour. It's time for D-Gen's Gonna D-Gen. D-Gen's Gonna D-Gen, case number 1. 5 Iowa State football staff members have been disciplined by the NCAA for making online bets on pro and college sports, including men's and women's basketball games involving Iowa State. The 5 acknowledged they knowingly violated NCAA sports wagering bylaws. There will be no criminal charges, but they effectively were all given a 1-year ban from working at any NCAA school. The online bets were made between 2021 and 2023. Was this just an occasional habit? No. The 5 staff members combined for more than 6,200 online bets totaling more than $100,000. The high roller of the group was Jace Heacock, a football graduate assistant and son of Iowa State defensive coordinator John Heacock. The younger Heacock placed 787 bets for about $55,400. His average wager there was about $70. I doubt he was a winner, so I'd like to offer an unpaid endorsement right now for Gambling Mad. Always remember, when you listen to us at Gambling Mad, you will lose less. D-Gen's Gonna D-Gen, case number 2. Carnival Cruises' slogan is fun for all for fun. They might want to change that to eat, drink, and be wary of brawls. As a 7-day Western Caribbean cruise was disembarking at the terminal in Galveston, Texas, a fight broke out. Well, several fights. Near the baggage claim area, several passengers were chasing another passenger, and when they tackled him to the ground, they started to punch and kick him. Meanwhile, nearby, other passengers were brawling with other passengers. I'm hoping these altercations concerned the buffet line rather than gambling debts. All in all, Carnival put 24 passengers on its do not sail list. Bingo, banned and barred just like that. Hey, there's always Royal Caribbean. Try the noodle bar. I've actually, to be honest with you, and my parents used to go on cruises all the time after they retired. I have never understood the attraction of cruises. You're around a boatload of people you would never be around otherwise. You are captive because you can't go anywhere. You're in the same area with them for a week or 2 weeks. The food is not exactly Michelin starred, and the gambling is not optimal. I mean, why would they have loose slot machines when there's nowhere else for you to go but keep playing those same slot machines? You're bound to lose. I'm not with the cruise ship Chamber of Commerce. All right. Moving along. Inscribed on the Statue of Liberty are these famous words. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest toast. To me, I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Those words represent hope and freedom. As an objective observer, it sounds to me like America is rolling out the welcome mat for the rest of the world. Now, realistically, I understand that the U.S. cannot accommodate every single person who wants to pitch a tent in New Jersey or New Mexico. So these days, immigration, legal or otherwise, is no longer sexy. Indeed, the southern border is a massive issue, and illegal aliens don't have a lot of political or public support at the moment. But I feel for these people. Many of them are escaping inhumane conditions. Many of them are dreaming of the opportunity that America offers. And, if you're willing to make that difficult journey over land or by sea, I'd say a lot of them actually want to be here even more than some of us want to be here. So I respect the grit, the fortitude, the determination. And at the risk of being detained by the current administration sometime in the next week, I want to help these arriving visitors.
By the way, they're coming from all over the world.
Here is Gambling Mad's 5-step guide to U.S. immigration for arriving illegal aliens. 1, cross the border safely. 2, go to 7-Eleven and get a cherry Slurpee. 3, find the nearest voter registration office to register to vote. 4, contact a regional Social Security office to find out how to acquire a Social Security number. And 5, call home to let them know you got to America safely. America! Next week, God willing, I'm going to offer 5 advanced tips for incoming illegal aliens once you are settled in. Let's not even wait till next week. I'm not going to give you all 5 right now, but let me give you a sneak preview of what's coming up next week. You got to remember that the cable guy usually doesn't come during that 4-hour window that they specify. So plan accordingly. Time for Trump Tittle Tattle. All the latest news about the man who once claimed to have won the 1999 championship at Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, although the course did not open until 2000.
You're fired.
Cue the music. We are in mid-season form. President Trump says he plans to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz, the once famed maximum security federal prison. The president says the new Alcatraz will house the country's quote-unquote most ruthless and violent offenders. Apparently, they anticipate running out of room at the White House. And that is Trump Tittle Tattle for this week. We are cutting back on the volume of items because, frankly, we do not want to upset the president. The World Series of Poker, a unique gathering of unwashed masses and massive bankrolls, begins its 7-week festival on May 27th at Horseshoe and Paris casinos in Las Vegas. I will be on the Las Vegas Strip for most of that time, shaking hands. If I don't get to you, it's not necessarily because I didn't want to, but frankly, chances are I didn't want to. As a public service to the poker players of America, let me offer the following set of tips when you are at the World Series of Poker. Number 1, that really good parking space that you miraculously see in the distance in the parking garage always turns out not to be a parking space. 2, first-timers, plan your bathroom trips accordingly. 3, if you want to make sure you can survive past level 1 of an event, don't start playing until level 2. 4, if you make it to day 2 of an event, a shower and change of clothes is not required, but certainly recommended. Number 5, when you lose a pot, say nothing. When you win a pot, say nothing. When you raise a pot, say raise. Number 6, if you run into Alan Kessler on a 15-minute break and he wants to talk structure, you'll have no idea where the 15 minutes went. Number 7, if you run into Mike Matusow on a 15-minute break and he wants to tell you why he belongs in the Poker Hall of Fame, you'll have no idea where the 15 minutes went. Number 8, if you run to the bathroom on a 15-minute break, you will still need 20 minutes. 9, bring lots of cash. Casino prices are so high these days, they even charge you to walk through the property. Number 10, if your husband or wife calls to wish you good luck just before an event, but also mentions that the roofer says your house needs a new roof that's going to cost $17,000, withdraw from the event immediately. Number 11, to avoid secondhand smoke while walking through the Horseshoe, it is best to parachute directly into the poker room. Yeah! Number 12, do not approach me in the bathroom with a bad beat story. And actually, number 13, on second thought, do not approach me in the bathroom, period. World Series of Poker coming up I'll see you there. Before we wrap up, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. I'll take May Madness over March Madness. March Madness is the NCAA men's basketball tournament where phantom student athletes, thinly disguised professional athletes really, run around with school logos on their jersey, pretending to represent universities that they sort of attend without ever opening up a book. May Madness is the NBA playoffs, actual professional athletes playing the game at its highest level with otherworldly shooting and bruising defense. March Madness, I honestly cannot even remember who just won the NCAA title, and it was just last month. I sure hope it wasn't Duke. May Madness, in the Western Conference semifinals this week alone, we have Steph and Ant and SGA and the Joker. March Madness is about coaches, and I've seen enough of John Calipari and Rick Pitino. May Madness is about the players, and I can never see enough of Steph Curry and Nikola Jokic. On the other hand, I will say this, if they let LeBron, who went straight from high school to the NBA, if they let him enroll in college now and play with, say, the University of Akron Zips for 4 years, that would be kind of cool. That will do it for another edition of Gambling Mad with Norman Chad. Hope to see you again next time. And remember, if you're going to roll the dice, make sure they are loaded. I've been trying to love soccer my whole life. It's the world's game. But soccer refuses to move into the modern era. All the other team sports, from football to basketball to hockey to rugby to lacrosse to water polo, have a clock, and you know when the game is over. Soccer has a clock too, but at the end of either half, the referee adds on injury time or extra time at his discretion. Extra time is mysterious. Only the election of the Pope is more mysterious. Hey, if you're going to add the time, at least tell the players and the fans exactly how much time. Nope. Only the referee knows. Maybe the referee's double parked that day and wants to get out of there sooner. Maybe the referee bet on the team that's losing and wants to give them more time to catch up. It is insane and somewhat unacceptable that no one on the field or in the stands knows when the final whistle is going to blow. I hate that basketball has tenths of a second, but I hate it more that soccer has no seconds for us to see. Give me a precise clock, soccer, or I'll start watching pickleball and darts and God save us all, even cornhole, which definitely will make me go gambling mad.
Gambling Mad with Norman Chad is written by Norman Chad and ghost-written by Norman Chad. Executive producers are John Scheinberg and Rick Barrio-Dill. Produced by Norman Chad and Rick Barrio-Dill. Our associate producers are Bree Khoury and Asher Friedberg, and edited by Asher Friedberg with studio facilities at 360 Pod Studios, Beverly Hills.